Ah, they've already started for me. Amazing. I'm a big fan of this whole trust system. Just feels good. Yeah, slay it. Yeah, it's a decent EXP for the main, and these guys just kind of pump. I'm a big fan. The dungeon runs take like 25 minutes, half an hour or something. I should pop XP. I need the XPs. But yeah, I have finally completed the initial Endwalker campaign, as you would, and now it's time to begin. So these actually are leveling up in like 1 clear per level or something. It's pretty crazy how decent the XP is in the leveling dungeons for these big boys. And yeah, obviously I'm not going to try because I only need to really hit the bosses when I'm playing with these guys. I've been trying to figure out how to bug it out to where they'll solo the bosses while I'm AFK as well, but I haven't quite gotten to that point. But trusts are pretty sick. This is what, like, when you look at World of Warcraft and you see the mission table, like, this takes almost no development, right? You have all the bloody models already, you have all the dungeons, everything. You just need to program some very questionable AI to run a dungeon, which, running a normal mode in WoW doesn't require the best AI. And then you have an amazing system for, I mean, I guess because I'm exploiting it like a ton of people probably are, but, like, being able to passively gain resources. Piece of hair in my mouth. Not sure whose it is. Probably mine, but anyways. Being able to passively gain EXP, though, is absolutely poggers. As cringe as that expression is, I'm enjoying using cringe expressions. But yeah, so, tanky. But, I'm going to level these up, obviously, and then do the same for the Endwalker set, and then this would still give me the same rewards as if I was doing the dungeon with people, which, again, appeals to my sense of not dealing with... What the heck is going on? Not dealing with other human beings if at all possible. And currently it seems like it's pretty decent. They get it done. It's certainly not as fast as like a human being. I've found that double pulling is just going to get them killed. It makes things complicated. So I don't think their damage is scaled. I think they will only use single target, which is why I thought their damage was scaled. So no matter what, they're just going to single target something down, so it doesn't make sense really to go beyond single pulls if you're planning on AFKing. Like, I mainly do this while I'm watching the animus or, the hentais, let's be real here, thinking about video ideas, writing that all down, like, working through all that, etc. So, at least for me, and this is pretty decent, but I think anyone that, plays any sort of game should invest in a way where you can AFK the game and still get rewards. Like, obviously, I'm getting more than just EXP here. I'm getting the greens, which I can turn into seals. Like, I have a ridiculous amount of ventures already just from AFKing this stuff. Can I actually show my... There we go. Yeah, and I have seals left over, so, just like AFKing stuff, turning in the armor for ventures, and those are going to... I'm guessing, because I don't have any guys, I'm going to have to wait till next week for the challenge log to start reoccurring, since I didn't get any this week, so I've done most things. Yeah, I'm not catching fish. I guess I could start completing daily tribes to try and get it, but there's not much more I'm going to be completing this week that could possibly attract any new recruits to my grand company, so unfortunate, big sad, but I'll deal with it. And yeah. Ooh, get him. The magic of chain pulling. But yeah, so obviously you wouldn't be tabbed in and you would actually be playing the game if you were doing this, but I'm just showing as an example, like, the AFK, which is pretty nice. I sadly cannot figure out how to AFK them on bosses. That's the big goal. And so if I'm playing the warrior or a tank, I'll probably level up a bunch of tanks. There are a ton of bosses where I can just stand still on and literally just run through the dungeon, like tab through, AoE everything, and just have big old Urianger just spam some stuff on me. Tancred, Reen, Urianger. But yeah, so at least for me, I think this is, at least the way I play video games, is a very, very good system, and it makes me really sad when I compare like what missions could have been in World of Warcraft to something so simple. Like, would you rather have had the mission table or this? Be honest. You know, same with garrisons and all of that, like the managing pets economy versus, you know, actually just having some tangible NPCs to level dungeons when you're rocking your heirloom gear. You know, and I get it, it's bad because you know, it removes people from queuing into the game, etc. But when I'm doing something like this, I wouldn't have been queued up anyways for anything. At least not realistically. Maybe, but that's another time or another place. But yeah, so I'm gonna figure out how to min-max this system, obviously, and I'll report back at endgame when, you know, I have all these leveled out at like 90, whenever I get there, and I've gotten the high enough item level to queue for the highest dungeon, and all the little ways to optimize AFKing with these while you're like making tea or writing stuff or watching the animus. All of that's very good. And yeah. If they made these things AoE though, these things would be absolutely insane. So it's pretty good that they don't AoE at least. You know, they haven't mastered the whack. Whack. This class has some of the sickest animations of any class though I think I've ever seen. Absolutely glorious. But yeah. So I'm still like trying to figure out other ways that I can get passive income in the game and things go, and things of that nature. It's pretty complicated actually compared to, I've been looking into crafting and all of that recently, and compared to my initial assessments, it's like there's a lot more to it than I originally thought there was going to be, which is both good and bad, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still a video game, so it's not deathly serious about figuring out everything day one, but I am mostly interested in trying to min-max the quality of life elements, which I have the retainers rolling every single chance I get. They're off farming stuff for me. And then when they're not, I am off completing the main story, and then when I feel like AFKing or making videos, I'll probably do something like this, which is absolutely amazing. I'm such a simple person, I can be pleased so easily. But yeah, so as for the bosses though, I'm still not sure how to abuse this, right? Because you can easily just pull it and then leave the arena. And I'm not sure if there's like some way to just like straddle the line and something, I get locked in or get locked out. Can I actually? I'm not sure if I'm in the dungeon here, if it's gonna lock me out. Yeah, it seals me out and then they reset. So, I'm not sure if there's like any teleports out I could use that might actually just allow them to kill the dungeon. I can see why, of course, they bloody have it so you can't do that, because it'd be boring. Imagine accidentally getting locked out and you're like some random, my rotation is absolute garbage, I'm just pressing buttons, but you know, it doesn't matter. But imagine if you actually got like locked out as someone just trying to play the story and you were forced to watch the NPCs complete the dungeon for you. How sad would that be? I can't hit the boss. Melee. The shame. The sadness. Should keep whatever the 4 ability is on cooldown at all times. I'm just garbage at the game. I'm new. My rotation sucks. I'm not trying, but... Oh no, a tank buster. But yeah. So, I don't know. I have to figure out a way basically to AFK bosses. I can do it on the tank when I'm playing it. So what you would do is you would just literally just stand there and they would heal through it while they do the mechanics and the boss would eventually die. Pop. Hello, melee. Wait, I have to like experiment with leeway in this game a little bit more. And a lot of the mechanics, like, I don't know if you noticed, but like the spell queuing in this game is really generous. Like you can hit it well before then, but it has like a bunch of OG CDs, so I'm not sure. Can I hit it like halfway through and I'll still get off? No. So you need to, like, if you look at where I'm pressing the buttons, like how soon, it looks like it has to be around like halfway into it before it'll go through. Yeah, so it's like a pretty decent amount of spell queuing, but not quite perfect. Uh-oh. Mechanics, wow. Yeah. My internet connection's pretty good, so I don't think I'll have a problem with like the more spammy classes like this and Machinist. Those are the ones I seem to enjoy DPSing on when I was initially playing the game. I probably should use that defensive that absorbs damage at some point for one of these AoEs, but again, who cares? Little minions will kill the boss for me either way. Aww, the video game slice is nice. Yeah, I really like the animations of this class, and the mobility is great for a melee. Oh wait, I got a one stuck? And noob. Whatever, the boss is dead. Now is the perfect time to use that defensive. Wow, amazing. Yeah, so, you know, you can quite easily just... Oh, I leveled up. Yay. Job class. Oh boy. Oh, I already possess one? That's one of the issues. I think I actually have that equipped on my Sage because it is a better piece than I was currently using, but that's one of the issues I think with this is as I get more of the gear pieces, I'm going to be able to loot less of them, and that's just like X amount of seals that I've lost. Speaking of upgrades though, Puggy. Oh yeah. So this I'm saving too for one of the alts just so I don't have to spend currency on them when they hit 80, maybe. I might potentially be able to just trust up the alts and not even need the stupid gear that drops from here, but I think I would rather have the items. And then, you know, if I can just wear the full set of whatever the best in slot end tier of the expansion is and just enter all of this gear, that's obviously optimal, so I should go through with that route, even it might be slightly less item level. I love tea. But either way, I've gone on long enough about how good this stuff is. Peace.